Welcome to HoMie Store Sessions, episode 1. So nice to have Tash Sultana here with us. When we first started HoMie, we had a pop-up in Melbourne Central, and on lunch breaks I used to come down to Burke Street Mall and see you busking, and here we are a decade later sitting in the store. It's quite surreal.
Yeah, I was so young. I was like straight out of it's over a decade. I finished high school in 2013, and then straight from that I was on the street busking. And when I started busking on the street, no one gave a literal fuck that I was doing that. And back then, I was playing acoustically. So I'd just have 6-string, 12-string, stomp box, tambourine, which is like pretty much the same setup that I've got in here today. I'd do that, connect a speaker to an inverter to a car battery. That's how I had it audible. That's what we used to do. No one gave a shit. And then I just thought...
I did.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I thought, well, this is not really working because I'm not making money right now and I'm going to need to get a job. And then I thought, what if I got out the electric guitar? So I got out the electric guitar. On my 18th birthday, my dad took me to Billy Hyde Music Store and he said, you can pick something for your 18th birthday. So I was deciding between a loop station and a banjo, and I ended up picking the loop station. And my dad said to me, I think you've made a really big mistake. And from there, back on the street with my little loop station and my electric guitar, started noodling, and then people started to stop and pay attention. And I thought, I'm onto something here. So then from that, I added another layer, which was like the beatboxing. And then from that was added a few more pedals in, then started connecting all these different instruments. And then it just started becoming this underground cult following. Then all my shows that I was doing, there'd be 30 people, then 40 people, then 60 people, then 100 people. And then all of a sudden I've signed with an agency and I've got a manager, and I started doing my first shows and at Shebeen. It was a bar back in the day in Melbourne. And then they started to sell out. Yeah. And then my videos started to go viral. And then it just went boom, turned into this whole thing that it's become now, which has ended up kind of having tentacles in so many other areas, like what we're doing today with HoMie.
Incredible story. How does it feel going from Burke Street Mall to selling out stadiums? What's the difference in that?
Stadiums is a bit rich. Yeah. Not there yet. Yeah. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Arenas.
Yeah.
Arenas. Yeah. Arenas is cool. Weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I had a long period of time where I kind of just didn't really enjoy what I was doing that much. I rinsed it too hard when I was on the road, and that kind of translated into the music that I was writing as well. And I kind of had to sit back and reassess where I was actually at, what I wanted to really be putting out into the world. And my newest project, Return to the Roots, reflects that kind of deep self-analysis of sometimes you go too far away, and actually the answer was just to return to the center again.
Yeah. You've been open about your challenges and adversity throughout your life. And what advice would you have to a young person that might be watching this today, who might be going through a tough time?
Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a cliche, but generally, as much as it sucks to hear this when you're in the thick of it, but they do end. They end if you want them to, and that comes from you and your self-discipline to see if there's some avenue or a way that you can just pull yourself slightly out of what you were stuck in. If you don't like your life, you do have the power to change it. Obviously, it really depends what your circumstances are as well. But I have had a long history with substance abuse that I did totally to myself. And I lost the plot, and I ended up in rehab when I was 22. And I have to battle with that side of myself for my whole life. And it gets better if you want it to, with simple things as well, like pulling yourself out of the headspace that you're in at that current point in time can really make a huge difference to what your perception is of yourself and your life. So you don't know where to go, fucking go and run as fast as you can around the town, at the park, push-ups, sit-ups, You're having a panic attack, get in the shower, turn it cold, stay in there for as long as you can. Vagus nerve resetting, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're grounded in your body, then you're grounded in your mind. So it starts here first.
Yeah. And how's music been a remedy for you?
That's exactly what that is. That's being grounded in your body. All right, before you're grounded in your mind, because you're like physically present right now at that exact time that you're doing that performance. So that's what that does to me. It puts me back on this invisible track that is so like seen by everyone. You know, like when I'm playing and people go, oh, it makes me feel like this. It's because I feel like that when I'm doing that.
That's amazing. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here today and for being the first of our HoMie store sessions.
Thank you. It's an honor.
An absolute honor.
Thank you.
to be
Thank
here.
you, bro.
Cheers.
Thank you.